Okay, so this is 6th grade. We're starting the chapter 6 review. And I want you guys to do, this is page 389. So circle 1, 2, and 3. They give you a bank of words to choose from. And then for 4 through 7, it says draw a line to match each fraction, decimal, or percent in column A. This would be column A to column B. And so let's just do it this way. Just put a little box by each one. And so if you think number 6 would match this one right here, 0.13, then you would put 6 right there in the box. If you think number 4 would match the one right across from it, then you'd put a number 4 in the box right there. It says use vocabulary at the bottom. Out of 230 students surveyed, 11% chose gymnastics as their favorite sport. It says explain how you can estimate the number of students who chose gymnastics. And it does say estimate, so we don't have to be exact. It says use vocabulary words in your explanation. And these are the vocabulary words that you can choose from. And as I look at this, I think about, well, 11%, what's that pretty close to? 10. So I'm going to, instead of 11%, I'm just going to use 10% in my head. Well, what's 10% of 230?
23.
23, all right. So how you guys want to phrase it is entirely up to you. But we already determined that it would be about 23 students. And I could certainly see one word that you could use because I used a compatible number of 10 instead of 11%. Okay? So in 1 or 2 sentences, you should be able to explain how that was solved. All right? Then I want you guys to do 6-1. It says a percent is a rate that compares a part to 100, and the word percent means of 100. So they give us an example here. It says write the percent represented by the shaded part of the grid. And so if you counted all those little boxes, you'd end up with 54. Well, that would be 54%, because again, a percent would be out of 100. And then I circled over here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys should be able to do those. 6-2 down at the bottom here. I circled 1 through 7. It says fractions, decimals, and percents are 3 ways to show parts of a whole. You can write a percent as a fraction with 100 as the denominator. Then you can write that fraction as a decimal. So hopefully everybody knows how to turn percents into decimals by now. So let's see here, 6-3. I want you guys to do that. And I've circled 1 through 7 there. It says percents less than 1% are less than 1 out of 100, and percents greater than 100% are more than 1 whole. And you can express percents greater than 100 or less than 100 in equivalent forms. Well, let's look at just the first one here. Number 1 I want you to do, and they give us an example here, but 140%. Well, if it was 100%, I could have just put, let me get a sticky note here so I don't mess up my book. 100% in decimal form would just simply be 1. I mean, the decimal would be right there, but you wouldn't bother writing it. But it's not 100%, this is 140%. So 140% would be 1 point what? 1.4. And how would you write that in a fraction form? It'd be 1 and you could put 4/10. What does 4/10 reduce down to? 1 and 2/5. Okay? So it says to write each percent as a fraction and as a decimal. So we've done that now. As a fraction, it'd be 1 and 2/5. And then as a decimal, it would be, or 1.4. Okay? And then for lesson 6.4, the review, again, I circled 1 through 7. It says fraction equivalence, rounding, and compatible numbers can be used to estimate a number. So it says estimate 24% of 83. Well, they did what I would have done. Instead of 24, I would have gone to 25. And 25% is the same as 1/4. And then 83, yeah, I would have turned that into 80. And what's a quarter of 80? In other words, what goes into 80 4 times? That would be 20. And so 24% of 83 is about 20. And so that's what you guys can do with these here, 1 through 7. Let's see here. You guys are out of here in 15 minutes. And tomorrow we've got the game. Well, shoot. I was kind of hoping to do the chapter test this week. That means you'd have to do it Thursday after the game. Let me think about that. So for now, work on just 6.1 to 6.4. And let me decide how we're gonna do that. So you guys can quietly work on that together. Let me end this recording.